Hi, good morning. It's Jen Carstensen. I'm a realtor in Memphis, and I sell about 100 houses a year, and I've sold about almost 2,000 houses in my lifetime, so follow along with me for a day in the life of what I do every day to get to 100. Still have a cough. 2 months later. It's great. This video is for those of you that are questioning whether or not it's worth it to get into real estate, or maybe after the last 2 years, you're questioning whether it's worth it to stay in real estate. So thank you for being here. Let's unpack it. This is what I think. First, real estate fees are expensive. You've got local MLS fees, you've got national MLS fees, you have brokerage fees. You're just feed out. You have a lot of fees. Here's what I think. If you are not running your business like a business, understanding your P&L, you might be really second guessing your career right now. If you don't know what your P&L is, let's back up. If you don't know what a P&L is, it stands for profit and loss. Profit and loss is all of your expenses combined with all of your earnings. And basically, you want to make a list of every expense you've had in real estate, including gas, including lock boxes, including marketing costs, including brochures, paper, copies, brokerage fees, splits, referral fees, every expense. And then you want to put, that's in one column. And then you want to put in the right column all of your earnings. That's all of your commission, etc. Then you want to take your earnings and subtract it by your expenses. And you want to see that number. And that's an important number. Now you can make it into a percentage, right? That's probably the best advice I can give you. Make it into a percentage. Let's use simple math. If I made $100,000 and I spent with everything, referral fees, brokerage fees, monthly office expenses, my own money on marketing, and I spent $35,000, that means my gross is 100 and my net is how much? My net is 100,000 minus 35,000, which is 65,000. What is that percentage of my business? 35%. So I spend $35,000 to make 65. That means that I have a 65% comes to me, 35% goes to the house or to expenses. That's my first step, is understanding where the money flows, where the money goes, what's going in, what's going out, etc., right? Because many of you are solo agents, and many of you are like, I would never join a team. I'm not giving up 50%. And the reality is, as a solo agent, you're already giving up a certain percentage. You're not making 100% because you have expenses. And on a team, it's 50-50. But here's the difference. Most teams, at least mine anyway, you have no expenses. So the profit to the teammate is always 50, no matter what. No matter what. And no expenses. So I would like for you to let me know what you think in the comments. Solo agent with a 35-65 split with themselves. That means all my expenses coupled with my earnings after all expenses. And I'm responsible for everything. I don't have a transaction coordinator. I don't have an assistant. I don't have office space. I don't have signs, key boxes provided to me. I don't have constant training provided to me. I have to pay for it all on my own. I have nobody to help when I need to show a house. I have nobody to help me sit open houses. I have no support. My broker is just not really a teacher. It's just like a broker, like a babysitter, like a manager, which is what most brokers are. I mean, that's not our job to lift up and encourage and empower our brokerage agents. But I do it, but that's not everybody's cup of tea. Anyway, my point is, I want you to look at what you spend as a solo agent compared to what you would make on a team. And what I mean by that is most teams teach you how to fish. They teach you how to get business. They teach you how to lead gen properly. They teach you how to do open houses properly. They teach you how to circle prospect for expireds, FSBOs, etc. properly. They also teach you how to nurture your sphere properly. Then they also provide you team leads. That's their expense, at their expense, right? So you don't have to pay for team leads. I mean, at least on my team. I think what we're going to see is after the last 24 months of real estate, a lot of solo agents are going to be contemplating whether or not this business is for them, not because they don't love it, but because it's expensive. And as a team owner, I've run a team most of my 16 years. It's expensive. Everybody in the nation is down generally because it's the worst real estate market since the 90s. Come on, some of y'all weren't even born in the 90s. And I'm glad you're here. No, I'm just kidding. I used to say to my kid, I have t-shirts older than you. Anyway, too many squirrel topics. My point is, I'm very curious about my solo agents, what your split is with yourself. Listen, if you have very little expenses, and because you're at a per transaction brokerage, and your fees, total your total expenses are like 15 grand, and you're making 100 grand a year, that's a pretty damn good split with yourself. Then you're probably not contemplating whether or not you should get out of the business. But my theory is that most solo agents that are contemplating this have a very high split with themselves, meaning they're spending too much money on their solo business for the opportunity to say that they're not in a team, or for the opportunity to say that they've done it themselves. It's a really hard year. It's a really hard year. It was a really hard year last year. Not an impossible year, but really hard year. My agents on my team have met their goals, and their goals are not only income goals. Some of my teammates have far exceeded their income goals, which was a shock to them, but not to me, because they really dove into the systems and the training and the tools and the mindset that's required to jump into this business and treat it like a business, and being mindful of all the expenses and all the things that are responsible. I mean, I show up every day. I'm a operating, producing agent. I'm also the operating broker for my brokerage, and I show up every day, because I would want them to show up every day. So I do what's asked. I'm doing what I want them to do, right? I'm leading by example. I think that's important. But anyway, that's my long-winded version of like what's up, and yeah.